Alright, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 9. We are one episode away from 10, which, according to my friend, is further than what most podcasts last. So, yay for us. I'm here without Gohan once again because for some reason the man's decided to go on vacation after missing 3 podcasts in a row. I'm here with just one singular guest today. My assistant, my sister, Tot, and that is all you're going to be known as through this podcast is Tot. So, if you want to say your greetings to the poor people that put up with my podcast.
Hi.
You better speak a little louder or get a little bit closer to the mic.
Hi.
That's good enough. So you're my assistant.
Yes.
Yeah, you send out emails, you receive emails, even though we don't get emails.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than being my assistant, what do you do, like in your free time? All right, let me stop you right there.
Sleep.
Sleep. If you want to know nocturnal, it's this one. All right, goes to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning, wakes up at 7 at night on a daily basis, and gets up and goes, I'm gonna get in the pool. Then, and I hope you enjoy the gameplay. It's Black Ops 4. I figured I'd switch it up a bit. And then we have the famous, the one and only, Armani the dog.
Would you like to say your greetings?
Anything? For the one that barks all the time, you're being awfully quiet. Alright, so we don't really have anything planned for this podcast. I kind of just needed to kick one out tonight. It is getting pretty late. It's 9 o'clock. Surprisingly, you were awake today. All day. I think you were awake before.
12.
I woke up at 6 this morning.
How?
I just did. I went to bed at 1:30 last night. I gotta go to work tomorrow too, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. So back to the question I asked before. What do you like to do? Just in general. What do you do? What do you do when you're not working for me, which is 90% of your day?
I like to,
Let me stop you right there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Continue.
I watch Netflix and contemplate me actually living.
Yeah, that's
it.
That's pretty much.
Or I swim. That's my whole day.
I contemplate life, or I swim. I hope you guys are okay with the mic audio since I don't have 2 mics, so we have to use my camera mic, which it's a little bit echoey. It's not bad, it's just echoey, so I apologize for that. But yeah, as you scoot closer to the mic very uncomfortably, what do you think? But yeah, so what do you watch on YouTube and Netflix? We all know you watch my channel, obviously, because you work for me. What else do you watch? As she pulls up YouTube on her phone.
Let's see.
As she pulls up YouTube, all I get to, that's Netflix, not YouTube.
I know.
There's Armani, the famous dog.
Hey there, bub.
Bark! Bark, dog! Make your presence known. I feel like I'm talking to a spirit. Make your presence known. Bark! 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 We're not hitting the dog. That's clapping hands. PETA. Can't sue me.
So the last thing I watched on Netflix was Never Have I Ever. I watched the whole season in one day. I watched 3 seasons of a show I can't pronounce in a day.
What is it? Which one? BoJack Horseman?
No.
Oh, not BoJack. Santa Claus Diet?
Santa Claus.
Wait, is that what it is?
Santa Clarita.
Santa Clarita Diet. I thought he said Santa Claus Diet. I'm not even joking. What the flip flop, dude?
It's on YouTube now. Subscriptions.
I need to lock my studio door.
We have
Just go to your liked videos, because you watch Paint. Was that Paint?
That was. I think I followed that like 2 years ago. They don't post anymore.
John Cozart.
They don't post anymore.
Yeah, he does. He posts once a year. John Cozart is one mean dude, bro. Like, not mean. He's nice. Isn't he gay? Didn't he come out as gay?
I think he's either gay.
He's either gay or he acts very feminine.
I'm pretty sure he had a girlfriend last video I saw.
That wasn't his girlfriend. What was her name? Look on his channel. I need to stand up because my legs need to crack.
Mr. Nightmare.
I watch him too, though. Like, I go to sleep listening to that stuff. Like, call me weird, but I do. I go to sleep listening to Mr. Nightmare.
And my music taste is Youngblood.
My music taste is 50s, 60s, 80s, and to the 2010s. That's it. That's
all.
Yeah, that's all. I don't listen to, like, I like some of the rap, like, I don't like the genre, but I do like some of the, like, individual songs, even though I don't know the names of any of them, but if I hear them come on, I'll listen to them. Like, they're good. But I spend a lot of time with my pap, so I kind of got the 50s vibe instilled into me a long time ago. From, like, the moment I popped out into this world, it was just like, here, listen to Frank Sinatra all day. You don't know who that is, do you? I think he's still alive. He's probably in his 80s. If not, he's dead. I don't know. Did your phone just... why does it have a strobe light? Like, if you start getting kidnapped, you could just be like, yo, text me. And it goes on for so long, too, bro.
Oh, it doesn't stop.
Until when?
Until I,
Can you at least flip it over so it's not strobing me in the face?
Until I go to sleep, it doesn't stop.
That's your sleep timer? Why do you have a sleep timer if you don't sleep?
Did you see that? I just smacked my phone and it opened.
Hold on, let me see your phone. Let me put something on your Snap. Plug your Snap if you want, because I know Snap is like a personal social media. Or plug your Instagram. Don't even plug your Snap. Plug your Instagram.
I want more friends.
You want? Okay, then plug your Snap. I don't plug my Snap. I don't want people knowing. Like, that's my private.
Oh crap! I have my last name on there. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, you have your first and your last name, which we only call you Tot on the channels, because that's what I do. Because for some reason, you used to, when you were a kid, you would just marker Tot on everything.
I'm going to plug my TikTok so my TikTok is Taylor TAYLOR 5544.
Yeah, plugging TikToks up in here. Or what about do you want to plug anything else? I mean, it's up to you.
I mean, you can find everything I have off my TikTok.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, what if they don't have TikTok?
TikTok. I mean, Instagram.
I thought you said get TikTok. Like, just get it. If you want to know my other stuff, just get TikTok.
Crap, I have my real name on there. That's only for friends.
You know, multiple Instagram. I mean, I have two too. I have my me. Yes, if you hear growling, that's my stomach.
It's loud.
It is loud, bro.
That is at TAY _BAY.
You have like the flat face for one of the things.
Yeah, and then 22.
So, was it Taylor or Tay?
It was TAY _BAY22. I post things like my face and my dog, and that's it.
Her face and her dog. I don't post my face.
No, really, that's it. My face and my dog.
I don't like people seeing my face, which is ironic because if you're watching this on the podcast app, you'd have to go to my YouTube, which is Yabba Games. But if you're watching this on my channel, if you guys go back like 4 videos, I showed my face. I'm probably not gonna show it again for a while. Because that's just not my thing. Why is my stomach... Dude, I just stood up because, like, my legs Just they need this. I need to stand for some reason. I can't sit and talk. Like at all. Like when I'm at work and I start talking to somebody, I just stand up and start talking. I don't know why. That's just something I do. Because I'm like, what's that word? Is it impulsive? Like, I'm not trying to plug, because I already plugged already for them. But is that the word that I'm trying to look for? Like, Google what impulsive means right now. Like not.
What does impulsive mean?
Acting or done without forethought.
Oh no, I'm not impulsive. Sometimes it depends. It depends on what it is. Then what's the word for like when you have to move constantly? Like you can't stop moving.
ADHD.
Oh, I have that. Do I really?
Most likely.
I have to like. It
runs in our family.
I have to like stand up and I have to like shake my shoulders and like what I'm doing right now. I just like I'll even just tap my foot a little bit. I have to constantly be moving. I can't stay still. But it's not bad. It's not like I'm not even trying to like get sympathy, because I know some YouTubers out there like, it's so bad I can't even do stuff. All I do is like it's not bad. If I take my mind off of it, it'll go away completely. But like other than like when I'm talking, but like if I'm playing video games or something and I have like that to worry about, or even when I'm. That is cute. What is that? Is that Mon?
That is Mon's brother. You know what happened to him.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that here.
Her other brother is actually living a very happy and healthy life. Besides, he ate a bee last year, but he's fine.
Yeah, and PETA, what happened to the other ones wasn't our fault. It was just an unfortunate event. Because I know PETA would be like, what happened? What happened, huh? What, did he torture it? No.
We never did anything to hurt him.
I'm gonna on the subject of PETA, I'm gonna bring up real quick. There was a video posted over December of these two kids that had trapped a deer, proceeded to tie it against a tree, rip its antlers off, and kick it and throw rocks at it. Bruv, if you don't get angry watching that video, you have problems. I got so mad. I can't even explain how angry I was watching that video. Like, it hit, like, I hunt PETA, so yeah, if you want to attack me. I kill animals. I shoot them. That sounded wrong.
Only when it's legal.
Game animals. There, that's probably what I should have said. Game animals, like deer, squirrel, like what's in season, turkey, stuff like that. And we use it. Like, it's not like you. And I think PETA, I think they kind of understand that a little bit. There's the crazy PETA people that don't. That's a no-go for them. They want hunting gone completely. And then there's the PETA people that are like, we just don't want you to abuse animals, which those people are the people I agree with. But then you have the people that just can't stand the death of an animal. Like another person that I know that I'm not going to bring up the name of, but if you listen, okay, I'm going to bring this up real quick. It's going to be a real fast thing. I know somebody that if you squash an ant, tantrum, breakdown, complete and total, you would think somebody is stabbing her and is torturing her.
Wow.
That's a little too far for me. If you're like that, I'm sorry. Don't be like that. It's an ant. There's way more ants on this planet than there are people. One ant is not going to put a dent in the ant population. So please don't be like that.
Lay down.
We're back from a short little break, if you couldn't tell from that jump cut. What do you want to talk about now, bruv?
Not.
Not.
Well, first I'll start with me, and I'm just gonna say legal guardian came up with this thing where
Your mom?
Yeah.
I can't say that about that yet. Not yet. You guys will find out next week.
Every Thursday we are going to get Starbucks. The only Starbucks in our town is 45 minutes away. And we're gonna get Starbucks every Thursday, and we're calling it Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday.
Yep.
Yo, that would make for a good vlog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go next week with you guys.
If you're here.
I'm here. I'm here.
What?
I'll be here. I live here. Kid. If I'm not working, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'll take Thursday off then. I usually get Thursdays off. Rarely do I have to work on Thursdays, because I like my Thursdays off, bro. What is that, plastic? Is that a spork?
No, it's like an eyebrow
No,
thing.
let me see that. I wanna do something to my eyebrows, kid.
Are you gonna give yourself an eyebrow spray?
What the flip flop? So, vlog channel updates. Still running into problems, bro. I sent all my clips to my editor. It was edited. He sent it back to me. He said, "Hey, is this vlog good?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's perfect." Goes to upload, the footage is corrupted. We cannot figure out for the life of us why it's freaking always corrupted and stuff. It's just, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Like, I say in my bio, if you go read my bio on my main channel, Yabba Games, I say first upload after COVID. So technically we're not late. Technically not. But I would like to get one out early so I can change that to be like, put the link or something. But it's gonna stay that for a while, till we freaking figure out what's wrong with the stuff. But yeah, it keeps saying it's corrupted. I don't like if anybody if you're watching this on my channel, because I know you can't comment on the app. If you're watching this on my channel, comment down below, like, if you know what's wrong with it. But I mean, my editor, I'm not gonna say his name yet. He's gonna get a vlog channel soon for himself as well. He's only gonna post once a month, as I'm gonna try to post once a week. So I'll have 4 vlogs before he even has 1. They're gonna be pretty short. They're gonna be about
Short
5 minutes long. Yeah, about 5 minutes long each. Kind of like Logan Paul's vlogs. Would it be Logan Paul vlogs or Logan Paul's vlogs?
You know what I just realized? I'm not subscribed to him.
Why not? You could be his 22nd million subscriber.
22nd million.
He has 21.9 million subscribers.
Let me see if I am.
If you click it and it says 22 million, I'm gonna cry.
Well, it won't say that because.
Well, not right. Yeah, it would. If you're actually the 22nd million, it would pop up and it would go from 21.9 to 22 mil. That's how it works. I've seen it done before. I was my one friend's
Oh, he's already at 22 million.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Did he actually? Let me see that.
Yeah.
We got information coming in that Logan Paul has hit 22 million subscribers. I didn't watch his new vlog today. Do you think I could copyright it if I played it?
Yes. Maybe. I don't.
Do you think let's
You have a good relationship with him.
I do.
Hey guys, it's Brendan Wade. I'm not a doctor and I don't look.
You have to count down with the results?
Wait, you're lying.
That's horrible. Why does it do it like that?
Why is it so
Why don't you shut it? Here, I'll pull it up on my phone then.
Don't, please.
I haven't watched it yet. I want to watch it on podcast. I'll clip it down a little bit so I don't get copyrighted for the music, because I feel like I could get copyrighted for the music. I don't think I'd get copyrighted for that. Yeah, it's in my inbox. Let's check it out.
My daughter's life is in Trump's hands. I would like for him to tweet what his plan is to save Medicaid.
Yeah,
and
what's it
Medicare,
with all
and how
these-
he's gonna protect
Can we like
pre-existing
not have
conditions,
political
but I
ads
don't
on
think it's gonna
YouTube,
happen.
please? Like, save that for like
He
the
doesn't have a plan.
TV and stuff.
You have to count down with the results?
Wait, you're lying.
That's horrible. Why does it do it like that?
Oh, shut up! It's fucking 7:30 in the morning. Every morning.
Now wake up to this shit.
This is ridiculous.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna write a very strongly worded letter.
Is there any way that they read our letter and then be like, you know what, we should give Logan Paul some rest?
No, that's the idea.
Oh, fuck off! I'm gonna have to give these guys a taste of their own medicine. See this thing? That's 8 hours of screaming goats.
What?
How you guys like it, huh? Hope you're awake now. I don't make the rules. Good luck getting anything done, boys. Yeah, Dave, let's go back to bed. So it's a bracelet.
I'll watch the rest of that later. So he took a giant speaker and just blasted 8 hours of goats screaming.
Yeah, why? His neighbors probably hate him.
Most definitely his neighbors hate him. Well, except,
We already know Jake Paul's neighbors hate him.
dude, Jake Paul's house is so big that he doesn't even have neighbors.
He is his own neighbor.
Whatever happened to, like, is Chance and Anthony still a part of that group? Like, I haven't watched Jake since 2017.
Yeah, me either. I don't know.
I still watch Logan's vlog all the time.
I think they hate him, but like stay in it for the money. I think that's how it was originally.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure Anthony absolutely hates him because Anthony didn't even get a part in It's Everyday Bro.
So Shane Dawson. Wait, Anthony didn't get a part. That's Everyday Bro.
He wasn't even in the video.
He wasn't. He wasn't. Shane Dawson and Jenna Marbles have been canceled.
Oh, I loved her. What did she do?
I don't know, bro.
Oh, I love her. Oh, so did Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star is going through a lot.
Yeah. So, how long ago did they get canceled? They got canceled 3 days ago. That's when this was talked about.
See,
I don't know the reasons. So what if we listen to a little bit of it?
I know the reasons.
Well, let's listen to a little bit of this and then come back and give our thoughts on it. So.
Shane's stuff it's all like this weird like sexualization of young children, animals. I don't. It's just his is bad. His is.
Let me tell you what he's talking about there. He's talking about a video that he made apologizing for all of that stuff that he did in his past when he was just a kid.
Yeah, because I saw that video. It came out like a month ago. So wait.
And Jenna Marbles is also being canceled because she did the same thing. And she inspired Shane to do it. He was completely fine. Everything was fine. And then he apologized. And now he's going through all this stuff.
So Shane Dawson is being canceled for apologizing, essentially.
Basically.
All right, let's
is worse than mine. Partially because when I did my thing and I made my mistake, I think people understood that I was in many ways still a child. I still am, but there was a lot of room to grow. 22-year-old, a lot of room to grow. In the past 3 years alone, like I'm a completely different person than the dude who did that.
I agree with that.
Although Shane was younger when he did these things, he's an adult now, and there's less room to grow.
Okay, pause that.
Now that I kind of don't agree with.
Yeah.
Because there's always, unless you're like 99 on your deathbed about to die, there's always room to grow. Like,
yeah, no matter what.
Like I've seen people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s grow. Like, I'm not gonna release the name, but somebody close to me, family member, not gonna release the name, who was 43 when it happened. They're 48 now. I think they were 43 when it happened, but they were kind of crazy. They did a bunch of stuff with cars, and they didn't listen to anybody's like they would just go out and just wreck cars, right? They would just wreck them.
On purpose?
Kind of, yeah, like a demolition derby, but with like no protective stuff on it. It was just they would just go out and just smash cars. And then something really horrible happened. That they got into some pretty deep trouble. Nobody got hurt ever, but they were doing some illegal stuff. They went to illegal lengths to do this, and they got into trouble, and they grew like, I don't know if that like really applies to that, like this. It might not be relevant. It's the only thing that I know that's happened kind of personally. Obviously it didn't happen to me, but it's probably the most personal thing that I can go, even though it might not be quite relevant enough. But they got into trouble, and the family was like pretty upset about it. But they grew out of it. If you would meet this person, you wouldn't think for a second that they would do something. They would do stuff like that. Like, I don't think that's relevant enough for like this. That's just what I thought of. It's just forget I told that story. Let's continue. But I think there's always room to grow. Honestly,
No
I
matter
think
what.
Shane, it might be a little bit worse for him because of his age. It might be a little bit more difficult, is what I'm trying to say. But I feel like he could come back.
I don't know if people are as willing to listen to his change because they see what they see now and they saw what they saw in the past, and it's hard to separate that. It's hard to. I had the luxury of being able to grow out of it and people being able to viscerally see me change.
So I see what you're saying.
I get what he's saying now. He's saying since he did it a long time ago, nobody saw his change over the time. Like, nobody paid attention to it because when he did it, it wasn't that it wasn't a big deal, but the world wasn't what it is today. It was, people could take that kind of stuff.
People could talk about that.
It didn't offend, or no, people who were offended didn't speak out back then.
But now they're like, oh,
now there's always people speaking out. So I get what he's saying, that when Shane did his thing, it wasn't talked about, so nobody saw his change. But when Logan did his thing, people could watch him change because it was such a big deal, and it happened in the moment. It wasn't like he's getting in trouble now for what he did in Japan. It happened in the moment, and he was kind of forced to change. I wouldn't say forced to change. Honestly, I think that if Japan never would have happened, he'd be where he is today. Mm-hmm. Something else would have happened, and he'd be where he is today. Mm-hmm. But I get where he's coming from now. So let's keep. We're not even a minute in.
At the time that the mistake came out, and people were like, "Oh, he's young." Present tense. He's young. He'll get better.
No. I don't even think they said that. I just did, and they saw it.
Open.
Not even open. There was no. If you followed my journey at all, you'd know there was an evolution.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't. Do they get a chance to evolve now? Because after this, Shane, anyways, like, sort of set in stone. Because by the way, we've been here before with Shane Dawson.
Yeah,
we've been here before in that video we made. Like I said, Shane, you were scaring the children. He's got a weird, creepy past with fucking pedophilia, like kids, and.
I just want to take a moment to remember. Do you remember Shanae?
Oh my god, I loved her. See, I used to watch him when I was really young.
So did I. I just watched his conspiracy videos.
Yeah, back then I really thought it was fine because I was so young. But now I'm saying that it was bad. But I've watched him for 10 years.
His old videos are a little bit creepy now that we're watching.
He's a lot better now, though. I've watched him change. He got better.
Though I wish he would.
He stopped posting because people were body shaming him, and he has a long eating disorder past. It's really
That's very.
I know, people are so mean.
We're not even gonna censor that. That's just fucked up.
That really is. Don't body shame people.
Don't body shame people. Don't shame.
Especially people have had a long history with eating disorders.
And it's not even just body shaming. Just don't make fun of people in general. Unless
they killed someone, then you can make fun of them all you want.
Yeah, if there's a murder involved, go ahead.
Make fun of them all you want.
Make fun. I don't think there's nothing to make fun of there. It's just. Don't murder somebody.
You killed someone.
just don't kill me. We're not
trying to be mean or anything. It's just
our humor's a little dark. Do you think I should start my apology video now?
Yeah. With all this cancel culture.
Yabba Games gets canceled for making a smart comment on his podcast that's barely anybody on his channel listens to. It would be found on the app. I do better on the app than I do here. All right, let's continue. I can't even remember what he was talking about before, so let's just keep going.
And sexualizing animals in a weird way. We have
Okay.
that is probably one of the few things that he's done that I'm like, dude, the pedophilia thing, but this is gonna come off the wrong way. There's like no right way to say this. Sexualizing animals is a little bit creepier than pedophilia, I feel like. I mean, they're both bad, but like they're both like really low level things to do. Don't do either, but I feel like over sexualizing animals is just a little bit lower.
Okay,
it's weirder. It's weirder. Like if you meet, like if you catch a pedophile, right? Since that happens more often, I feel like you're still gonna think the dude's a creep.
Why don't you have a seat? I want to talk to you.
You would obviously think that dude or woman is a creep. We're not sexist on this podcast. Or alien. We're also not freaking astronomicalist on this podcast. Astronomists.
If you're an alien, don't come for us.
If you're an alien, you might not want to eat my brain to gain information because you'll just lose cells as you chomp. Let's continue.
The coming on the cat thing, I'm looking at a thread.
Did he actually come on a cat? Was that a thing? I feel like that was a lie. He
was on his podcast.
Was it like a joke?
Yeah. He was talking about how sometimes he like holds Cheeto up and he's like...
Oh. There was a gesture made. We're not going to talk about it. But
he doesn't touch the cat. He looks at the cat. But, and he was joking too.
Yeah, that I can't see him doing that. That I can let slide as a joke, and that he didn't do it. All right.
Like making out with dogs and like sticking his face in their crotch, and
that
people can change. But at what point? At what point is that who he is?
He never made those comments. I've been watching him for 10 years, and that's his whole YouTube career. Did
he? So wait. So. He didn't do the dog stuff that he was.
Well, like most people do, like I do with Armand vlogs.
Like put your face in their stomach and like blow on their stomach. I've seen people do that before.
I do that all the time with Armani.
I don't want to do that just because like that kind of weird. Like I scratch my dog's stomach, but I wouldn't put my face. But I have seen people like put their face onto their stomach and blow. Like you do that with a baby. You put your face.
Sometimes like I kiss Armani's chest. That sounds really weird, but like. When we're laying in bed and she's all sprawled out wanting belly rubs, at what point does it go from playful to just flat out weird? That's what I think.
But like putting your face onto like an animal's stomach, like especially a pet, and like Logan did it with Maverick. Back when Maverick was alive in his old vlogs, he would kiss him on the stomach. That's
yes. Most people kiss their dogs on the mouth. Would you believe that?
I don't.
I do.
I have had like if you mean like
she tries to eat your face.
Like I mean like if you mean like kiss on the mouth like where you go up and go and they just start licking your face. Is that like
that's
okay.
what I mean.
I have had like where my dog was licking my face and then I'd start talking to somebody and they'd lick the back of my throat. Oh my god, I hate that so much.
Armani
that's happened to me.
Stick her tongue up my nose.
That's happened to me like 3 or 4 times where I'd go up to my dog, make the kissy sound, they'd start licking my face, and then I would like look up at like my dad or a friend or somebody start talking and like right at the perfect moment as they go in for the lick and your mouth is open and just goes, oh, it's so gross. I hate that, dude.
But like
I
don't think that's pedophilia towards animals. Like,
that's just an accident. That's animosity. Man. Is that what animosity is? Whenever
it's bestiality.
Bestiality. What's animosity then? That's a murder or something.
I don't know what that is.
Look that up. That's a word. That's a word.
What does animosity mean?
Animosity means strong hostility.
Oh, animosity. That's okay. All right, so bestiality. That's what. All right, let's continue. Let's watching this clip.
Is that what is the point of contention here with Shane Dawson? Because again, I don't follow him. I'm not so invested in this, but I know this one's bad. I don't know how much coming back there is from this. As far
he could bounce back.
He can.
He could bounce back. If Logan Paul can bounce back from filming a dead body,
him kissing his dog is gonna bounce back, definitely.
The pedophilia thing might take a little bit more than what Logan... I mean, let's be honest. Logan, if you're watching this, let's be 100% honest. KSI drug your career out of the dirt. Don't even lie about it. He's come out and said it before. If it wasn't for the fight...
That's Shane Dawson.
That's his second channel, isn't it? Shane Dawson.
Wait. I gotta see if he... Oh, poor baby.
But like KSI is what dug Logan's career out of the dirt. We all know that. We all and if the fight wasn't a thing, he might. It could be just now him getting his career out of the dirt. But I think Shane could bounce back. It might take a little bit more, but he could bounce back. So let's continue watching this.
As being, recognized as a public figure and someone that people can look up to, probably not. He could change behind the scenes and, still maybe live a respectful life.
Yeah, yep.
But, I think this whole fame thing is like it's a very beautiful gift that can be taken away from anyone at any time.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
You got to earn it and you got to maintain it and stay proper to who you are. That's hopefully the good side of you. But that's pretty ugly.
This whole thing is like his case aside, because I was talking about it earlier as we first started talking about this. Portnoy and Barstool has been getting some heat because of some stuff they said about Kaepernick and his hair and him potentially being like an ISIS operative, some stuff.
Okay, this is getting away from Shane Dawson at this point.
So
we're just gonna stop that there. There's 10 minutes left of the clip. I'm not watching that just for other stuff. So let's go to Shane's. I typed in Shane's as I said it. Let's go to Shane Dawson's channel and let's watch his apology video on it and see like.
Yeah, let's watch a little bit of it. It's 20 minutes long.
We're not gonna watch the whole thing. We'll skip through it. If you guys want to watch the whole thing, I'll leave a link. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll leave a link in the description to both of the videos. The clip from Impulsive, which is Logan Paul's podcast, and Shane's video. Oh, this was only posted 2 weeks ago.
See,
hi. If you've been watching me for a while, then you know that I have done a lot of things in my past that I hate, that I wish I could make go away.
Okay, so right off the bat, we're 12 seconds in,
and he's already like...
You can hear his voice shaking. He's serious. He means it. He means what he's saying. Like, when somebody... Like, there's apology videos out there, right? Next week's video, I'm going to be ranking apology videos. I'm not even joking. I have this planned already. I already have them written down. I have a list. I just need to make the video. You can tell just by the way his voice is shaking that he's dead serious.
Yeah.
Like, there's videos where people are like... With the videos where they sound like they're sad, but you can just tell by the way they look. If there's sad music in the background, there's a chance that they don't mean it and they're trying to make you feel worse.
See, Shane, his voice is shaky.
It's shaky. He's freaking pale. It looks like his nose bled 5 minutes ago, even though I think that's just from his him shaving. He might have I don't know. All right, we need to watch a bit. Right off the bat, you can tell that he's being serious. So let's continue.
I try to make go away by deleting videos or untagging my Instagram things or literally doing whatever I can to pretend like those things didn't happen. Because yes, I apologize for a lot of them, but I'm 31, almost 32. Those apologies suck.
Okay, first off, he's a little younger than what I thought he was. I thought he was like 38 or 39.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Shane, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I thought you were a little bit older. Please don't take offense to that. And also, please, YouTube, please don't demonetize this. If you're watching this on the app, I don't have to worry about that. But on YouTube, please don't demonetize me for putting 3 videos, sounds into this. Does that make sense? All right, anyway.
Tati came out and said that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson blackmailed her into making that video on James Charles. Well, they were like, this is making me really mad because I love Shane.
Just calm down a little bit. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
She was like, oh, they blackmailed me and did this and that, and they were basically pointing guns at my head. No, you should have gone to the cops. And she was like, there wasn't enough evidence to go to the cops. Yes, there was. no matter what it was, you still could have gone to the cops about it.
Yeah. All right, let's watch a bit more.
I don't know who that person is anymore.
I'm gonna skip the 10
apology
minutes
video I've ever
in.
made has been from fear.
We'll skip the
me sitting
9.5 minutes in just to hear what he's talking about.
more insane. Oh, how do we make it more shocking? Like Howard Stern. Like it just got to a point where I'm happy it ended because I wasn't even myself. I don't even know who I was at that point. Anyways, so in the segment, I started talking about figuratively murdering someone. And it was insane and gross. Now, she believes, and a lot of people believe, that I was talking about her. And I can say, if I had a Bible, I would put my hand on it. I can say, without a doubt, hand on a Bible, that was not about Francesca Lee. That was about another woman. Not that it makes it okay, because it doesn't. Talking about anybody like that is crazy, especially a woman. But it was about a white woman. And the ironic part is, that woman was just trying to get through to me too. Like, she was just trying to explain to me why what I was making on the internet was hurting people. It was at a time when I was making a movie, and I was constantly on the defense.
Okay, was the movie that he was making, was it that movie with Amanda Cerny? Not cool. What's the one he made with Amanda Cerny and Anthony Padilla was in it? Who else was in it? There's a couple.
Oh, that was a really long time ago.
That was in like 20. That was in
I felt
2016.
attacked all the time,
It was like
which is stupid. I shouldn't have
Famous
felt like
YouTubers.
that. And it got so bad that, I don't know, it almost made me want to make the jokes crazier. To make everything crazier, almost like as a, screw you, I'm just going to make it crazier. And that's one reason it's hard for me to watch that movie, because I would never make a movie like that now. Ever in my whole life. There were so many offensive jokes in it that were so cheap and shitty and stupid. And there was a woman involved who was constantly giving me criticism and telling me that I needed to stop making so many offensive jokes. And the reason I was so upset wasn't just because of that. There's so many other reasons. I mean, this person really tried to, I don't know, there was a lot. They tried to ruin my relationship. It was a lot. I had a lot of anger for this person. So that anger is gone, by the way. It's all gone. And I'm so sorry to her. And I'm sorry to Francesca. And I should have never talked about anybody like that ever. And that's the other thing. The podcast, I mean, there's so many clips that people are bringing up. So there's a clip that has been going around again a few years ago.
This is what Logan was talking about in the clip that we watched from Impulsive. Just to give you guys a little bit of context.
Is when it came out, and they cut out all the parts where I said, pedophilia is disgusting, and they put it together, and it made it seem like I was, talking about how it's normal. So gross. I would never say that. But also, I shouldn't have been joking about it anyways, which is my problem, my fault. So I'm sorry if you heard that. There's also other ones too. I mean, and that's something I have addressed before, but my childhood, my past.
Okay, so number one, he's right. He probably shouldn't have made jokes
about that.
Number two, that's still kind of effed up that they would take it and clip it to make it.
There are so many accounts on TikTok like canceling him, bringing up old videos and clipping them. So
if you
I report every single one I see.
If you see a video on YouTube talking about somebody else, that like talking crap on somebody else, and they show a clip of that person and there's jump cuts, go to the original video and watch it, because there's a good chance that the jump cuts are them cutting out pieces that would make them it's to make them look bad. Let's continue.
I've had a lot of pain. I've had a lot of bad things happen to me. I've had a lot of issues with my family, and I took that pain and I turned it into jokes.
He talks about that a lot. His dad left his family when he was really young, and his mom had multiple jobs and had to provide from him.
Yeah.
His grandma, his brother.
Normally, I would say if somebody would bring something like, "Oh, my childhood was horrible. My dad did this. My mom did this," normally I would think
they're trying to get something.
Yeah, they're trying to get attention. But when he said that he took that and turned it into jokes, a lot of comedians do that. Like, that's a real thing. If you go, for example, Drew Lynch, I think is what his name is, the guy with the stutter. Most of his jokes were he wasn't a comedian until after that accident or whatever that caused him to stutter, but he's said in countless interviews that he just takes the pain and just puts it in the comedy, and it makes him feel better. So that's a legit thing. So if you would think, oh, he's just trying to get attention, no, that's a legit thing that like 50%, 75% of comedians actually do is take pain from their past and make it into jokes. So like that's a legit thing. I figured I'd clear that up because I know there would be somebody out there that's like, oh, he's just trying to get attention. But that's a legit thing.
When I was like in the worst time of my life so far, I'm sure there's going to be more. I would joke about it all the time. Like, oh, I'm depressed. I turned my comedy.
And I think instead of joking about them so much, I probably should have just went to therapy earlier and talked about them. I swear on my life, I am not somebody who would ever talk about a child, like in seriousness. I would never talk about a child in any way that was inappropriate. That is disgusting. That is gross. It is not something I would ever do. It is something I did for shock value or because I thought it was funny or like, oh my god, my child molester character or whatever. It's all gross. And I promise that is not real. That is not me. Have I done sketches where kids were saying crazy things? Yes. Do I regret it? Yes. Even I saw a vlog clip of me and my cousin who was, I don't know, probably 12 or 13 at the time, and we were, I was doing the birds and the bees talk. Dumb, gross shit. And I remember a few years ago, I reached out to her mom, my aunt, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I can't believe I did this. Like, this is insane. I can't believe I talked to, my cousin like that. And, she was like, oh my god, we know. It's okay. It was funny. Like, we all thought it was funny. Like,
Okay.
I have a spider bite on my arm.
Jesus.
Anyways.
Okay, so whenever he said that he had a character that was like that, why? Okay, this is something I don't understand. Why is it okay for like one YouTuber to make horrible jokes like that all the time
and be fine,
but then it's
Shane brings up something from
it's
the
not
past.
it's not even just that. I have seen like there's channels on YouTube that thrive off of racist jokes, off of jokes that are just completely inappropriate about like pedophilia, freaking everything. They're just and they're the sexist people out there, and that's what their channel is based on. And they're plain. They're just plain white people that do it. But then when somebody else does it, it's wrong. No, it should be wrong all the way around. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from, rich, poor, black, white. You shouldn't be racist. You shouldn't make jokes like that, and it shouldn't be okay for you to make fun. Like, unless like it's a friend that knows you're joking, you shouldn't like make fun of anybody for any reason at all. Unless like Gohan, yeah, he's a little bit on the heavier side, but it's their jokes. He knows their jokes. We know their jokes. We don't mean any of it. But then there's people out there that mean everything they say, and they're fine. Nobody cares about what they're saying. But then, like, the other side, they get hammered for just, like, a little comment that they made. And I'm sure I'm going to get in trouble. I feel like I'm going to get some sort of backlash for this. But it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. You shouldn't be racist. You shouldn't be sexist.
You shouldn't be homophobic.
You shouldn't be homophobic. You shouldn't be, like, you just, and I know it depends on like how you're raised, but at what point does the way that you're raised, there's just at some point you're gonna be set off on your own and see the world for yourself, and you're gonna see you would have to like. Most of the people that I know that are racist and stuff grow up in a single area where everybody's bad. Everybody, not just a specific group. Everybody, but since everybody's bad, but because everybody's bad, when something is done just a little bit worse, all like the fingers get pointed at that specific group, and it's horrible. That's why they're like that. But then their kid would grow up, go out, see the world how it actually is, and come back with a different perspective. That's what it's all about, perspective, right? If you get put in an area if you get put in an area with bad people, because there's bad people everywhere. There's bad. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter anything. There's bad people everywhere. There's bad politicians. There's bad people. There's bad people that are high up. There's just bad people everywhere. There's good people everywhere too. There's good politicians. There's good high up people. There's good. This is gonna be a little touchy, but okay, I'll use this as an example. There's schools, right? There's schools that are somewhat corrupt, and they don't care about the kids that go there. They don't care about their education. They don't care about anything. What they care about is making the money and using that money to make the school bigger. But then there's other schools that take the money and actually put it toward education. We'll use that. So there's good people that work at schools, and this is all just an example. I'm not trying to bash schools or anything. I'm just using this as an example. You could take it from school. You could use it at, like, the schools as, like, politicians. You could use the schools as, like, leaders for other stuff. What I'm trying to get at is there's good and bad people everywhere. And you just have to choose the right side. You have to choose the correct side to go on, and you just have to stay away from the bad the people that push all this bad stuff onto you. You have to overcome it. At some point in your life, I guarantee it, at some point in your life, you're going to come face to face with the worst person that you will ever meet. They are the most racist person. They hate like everybody and everything other than their specific race, right? We'll use that as an example. You're going to come in contact with somebody similar to that. Maybe not that specific, but similar. Maybe it's a super homophobic guy that hates all gay people. You're going to come in contact. You're going to have to deal with them, but don't take their information that they have against it. You could find bad information on any group on the planet. Every group on this planet has done something at some point in history that's wrong. Take white people, for example. I'm white, so that's why I'm going to use this, because I don't want to get framed as racist, because I'm not. I don't believe in that stuff. So take white people, for example. 100 years ago, we wouldn't let any African Americans do anything. That's screwed up. That's probably our biggest, that's the worst thing that the white race has ever done, is to just take African Americans and just shove them in the dirt. That was wrong. Shouldn't have done that. That's not right. They're humans. They deserve rights. They deserve equal everything. There shouldn't be. This is just. I'm getting angry right now sitting here, and I don't want to say anything out of anger that's gonna come out the wrong way, because I know when you start getting heated and stuff,
things come out.
Yeah, like you try to say.
They come the wrong way.
Yeah, you try to say something that you're trying to say something, but the way it slips out wrong. Like, I don't want to do that, so I'm just gonna stop it there. But yeah, like the white people, we had slaves. And then even after slavery was abolished, nothing was equal. There was the African Americans had to sit in the back. They're
still oppressed.
Yeah.
To this day. And
Yeah,
it's 2020.
even to this day, there's we're coming along. We're getting there. We're not there yet. We're far from there, but we have come. We've come so far. We just hit a roadblock with the stuff that's happened this year. 2020 is going to go down as one of the worst years in history.
Definitely.
I guarantee it. With the pandemic plus some other events that has happened that I don't want to get into, it's going to go down pretty bad. But you just have to hope 2021 is going to be better. We need to get people in power. And take this from somebody who supports Trump. Okay, you can bash me all you want.
Don't get political.
I'm not trying to get super political. I'm just using this as an example. This is as political as I'm going to get right now. Take it from somebody who supports Trump. If you want to bash me in the comments, you can. I don't care. I'm putting this out here as an example. Trump, even though I agree with a lot of the stuff that he says, there's stuff that he says that's stupid. There's things there's got to be somebody out there that is a part of both sides that agrees with Republicans and Democrats. We can't have somebody in office that is strictly Republican, doesn't care what a single Democrat says, and just that just does everything that they want that's Republican. And then the same thing with Democrats. We need a Democrat in office that agrees with Republicans and isn't just strictly Democratic. There needs to be some sort of balance where we can agree. I can't stand that there's gonna be another civil war. I guarantee you at some point in the future we're gonna break out into another civil war. First it was over slavery, now it's gonna be over political parties. And it's not gonna be pretty. With the technology we have today, I guarantee you it's gonna be 10 times worse than it was the first time. And the Civil War is one of the bloodiest battles on the planet. We're not going to use we're not going to use bombs. There's no way we would bomb ourselves. It's going to be hand-to-hand combat if it happens, which I hope it doesn't, but I can feel that something like that. It might not even be a war. It might not be hand-to-hand combat where you go kill people. It could just be like a civil war where there's just a bunch of riots, there's just a bunch of everything, and it's gonna wreck the United States is coming to an end is what I'm trying to say. There's a big change coming ahead for the U.S., and it's going to hit hard, and it's going to hit fast, and it's going to catch everybody off guard. And nobody's going to be prepared. The U.S. is going to go through a major, major change, and it's going to shock everybody. Hopefully, it's going to make a change the right way. Hopefully, everybody's shocked and filled with joy and not horror. Hopefully, we make a change to where there is no more racism. There is no more there's always going to be that. We can't end it completely. There's no way. It's just humans are stupid, which is sad. Why can humans create rockets that can go to the moon, that can go to Mars, we have probes that aren't even in our solar system anymore, but we just can't accept the fact that everybody on this planet is a human and should be treated like fucking human. Okay?
See, I just want to say, if you are not black, do not say the N-word. If you are not gay, do not say fag. If you are not Jewish, do not talk about...
The K-word. That's the K-word for Jews.
The K-word. It's common sense. Don't be a bad person.
Respect other people, and you'll be respected.
It's true. Just...
Now, we are going to run a little bit over an hour.
Yeah.
I'm looking here. I'll add more gameplay. If you see a giant cut, that's because I added more gameplay. We're gonna keep rolling though. We're gonna keep rolling. We'll go a little bit longer. I think it might cut me off at an hour. Yeah, it cuts off an hour. Oh, we got 10 seconds. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Next week's podcast is going to be a big one, so I will see you guys then. Take it easy and just stay safe.
And don't be racist.
Don't be
Goodbye.
Put it this way. Don't be a bad person. It's going to cut off eventually. It doesn't go far over an hour.
Yeah,
don't be a bad person. That's what we're trying to say. If you have some sort of hatred toward a specific group, just keep it to yourself. Treat them like a human. Just deal with them for the time.
If you're not saying something nice, don't.
If you don't want to say anything nice, just don't say it at all. Just keep it to yourself. You might have a reason for hating that specific group, but just keep it to yourself. Don't be a bad person. If you come in contact with somebody like that, here, let me put it this way, real quick. We'll go with homophobic. If you're a super homophobic person, and you meet somebody who's the nicest person on the planet. They're super nice, super outgoing, they're chill, and they overall have just a really good vibe. And then they come out and they tell you that they're gay or whatever they are. What would your reaction be? It's like, if up to that point you were nice friends, and then they came out and told you that. What would your reaction be? I mean, it would probably be shock, because that always sets in first. But I mean, would you, for some reason, hate that person after them being super nice? Would you all of a sudden just hate that person because they were gay? Think about that. If they were super nice and then came out as gay, would you hate them just for the sole fact that they were gay? Think about that. We're going to leave that podcast here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week. We have a very special guest for next week.
Very special.
Please,
Very, very
please
special.
don't take any of this podcast out of context. If anything was said that came out the wrong way, I'm sorry. I'm just going to apologize about that now. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.